The War of the Ring has reignited. Armies were raised. Beacons were lit. All factions were ready. To claim the One Ring.
You're traveling along the road when you notice something strange up ahead.
Is that a baby dragon?
Oh my gosh, can it be my pet?
Wait, it's a trap, you idiots!
As you approach, the little dragon suddenly grows into an immense fire-breathing monstrosity.
Ah! Oh my god, I knew it was a trap!
So cute!
Penny Dragon creates supplements for D&D, Pathfinder, and their own TTRPGs. From Mag of Holding and Tales from the Lorekeeper to source books packed with magic items and setting books inspired by Celtic mythology, there's something for players, GMs, and dragons alike. Now, back to our heroes and their untimely demise. What do?
We fight! I run!
I hug the dragon!
You hug the dragon and it becomes your best friend forever. Unleash your dragon with Penny Dragon. Go to pennydragon.games.
Greetings, heroes. Thank you all for joining us on this adventure for Extra Life. In this campaign, we see community coming together using gaming for change. And we all have a part to play in this story. Welcome back to Middle-earth. Welcome back, one and all, to Lost Odyssey, the Red Scribe.
Hey, welcome. Oh, it's good to see you. This is great. It's been a long time since we did a Lost Odyssey game with real life humans in the audience. So thank you so much for coming here. This means the world to us.
The Lord of the Rings means a lot to me. Being asked to write a story in that world was extremely cool, but also really daunting because I care so much about this world and about the fans of this world, and I really wanted to do it right.
This also means the world to me. I'm a massive Lord of the Rings. This was a costume optional event. El Hoffer Design, thank you for this dress. This has been a work of a labor of love for me, as well as the Lost Odyssey squad. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope I don't anger too many Lord of the Rings purists tonight. We're gonna be inventing some canon. I think it's gonna be a really good time. So, without further ado, welcome one and all to Lost Odyssey, the Red Scribe. You know her from the world of True Blood, from Daredevil, The Punisher, from Relics and Rarities, and God of War Ragnarok. She is an actor of stage and screen, a being of celestial light, and Lost Odyssey's the Tale Weaver. But tonight, you will know her as Marigold. Ladies and gentlemen, Deborah and Woll. You know him from The Late Show, from Comedy Bang Bang. He's a TED Talker, a Tiny Desk player, a bard of a generation from countless concert and comedy specials, bona fide genius, don't tell him I said that, and has walked across realms as the famed hero that you will all meet tonight, Bronwyn. Ladies and gentlemen, Reggie Watts. Adventurers, you know him as the founder of GaryCon, a dungeon master of true legend. He has been called Melf. He's been called Lucky of the cyberpunk verse. He's an author, an American hero. Hell, he's an American icon. He's Vesnus from the Lost Odyssey and the son of Gygax. And tonight, you will know him as Osbert. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Luke Gygax.
All hail Gygax!
He is Godzilla, he is Colossus, he is even Darth Vader. You know him from League of Legends, from Monsters and Fables, from Critical Role, little show. He is a martial artist, a legend of motion capture, and a true modern-day warrior poet. You may know him as Lost Odyssey's Maul Grey, but tonight you will meet him as Ghost. Ladies and gentlemen, TJ Storm.
Here comes the storm.
TJ, you have to stop reading. We gotta play the game. All right. He is a legend. Bullet Train, Braven, Deadpool 2, The Mandalorian. He is king of Iron Fist and has both tasted man flesh and battled at Helm's Deep. He was there for the Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, Return of the King, and you know him as the man that played the Dark Lord Sauron himself. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Lost Odyssey for the first time, Sala Baker.
Sala!
The reason it continues to capture people's imagination and why they'd want to play in that universe in video games or in D&D style games is because it's rich. Tolkien wrote languages that are translatable and speakable. It's so much was done before movies were made describing what Middle-earth is. It still feels like it's still rife with story. It's just so rich and it feels real. It feels like it may have existed.
It has been 20 long, prosperous, peaceful years since the end of the War of the Ring. Many of the elves have left for the Grey Havens to sail into Valinor. Not all, but most of the magic has left the world. We have entered the Age of Men. The 5 of you, however, are level 1 adventurers. And I'm curious if you wouldn't mind telling me, we'll start with you, Ghost. Tell me what you know. What are the things that you've heard of the War of the Ring?
I have chronicled it in depth. It is my way. It is the way of the Dunedain to take a specialty, and mine is that of law-keeping. Cimmerillion, you've heard of it?
Never
Dribble.
heard of her.
But a source of knowledge that I cannot ignore. I will add to it.
Beautiful.
This is the way of the elves,
Bronwyn.
and they have taught me well.
Bronwyn, our elf, tell me what you know of the War of the Ring.
Well, I don't know a lot. I was mostly in forests, just kind of going around my business, finding food, foraging, making trails, that kind of stuff. So, not a lot.
Trail maintenance.
Not a lot, but I'm down to try.
Marigold, you are a creature of the Shire. What, if anything, have you heard of the War of the Ring?
Oh, not very much. We don't talk about it very long. My mother and my father and I, we kind of keep to ourselves. I don't have any siblings or very many friends. But I'm up for a good time. Everyone else wants to stay home, but I kind of want to get out there and adventure.
Osbert, a man in our party. What have you heard of the War of the Ring?
Oh, not much, but my gran used to say that if I would stay out too late, the goblins would come and get me.
Oh, this is very true, very true.
And if I didn't do my chores, then the orcs were gonna come at night and steal me from my bed.
That's accurate. It might happen tonight. And last, of course, but far from least, Bearmus, the mighty dwarf.
Yes, I am.
What have you heard of the War of the Ring?
We don't really talk of the ring.
Very good. Enough said. A beautiful.
That was ominous.
So, all of you, God, you had to go with silly accents, didn't you?
I'm so sorry.
No, it's good, it's fine. All of you have individually, for reasons which we'll get into in a moment, received a message, a mysterious message, bidding you to join an unknown party at the Inn of the Prancing Pony in the town of Bree. Are you familiar with it? Well, you will be soon.
It's my hometown.
Oh,
Just down the road.
That's true. For some of you, it may be a nice short journey. For others, maybe a bit longer. But there is an urgency in the writing that compels you to meet on this particular night, 20 years after the war has concluded. Ghost, you feel compelled by this note, perhaps most of all, and most mysteriously, because if I may be so bold, I would guess that your journeys have taken you perhaps the furthest from Bree.
I have seen much of the realm, and I have catalogued what I can. The missives of Elrond and others have sent me to places. I have seen things that I cannot unsee. But I must answer this call.
Excellent.
Not that call. This call.
So as you answer this call, all 5 of you find in front of yourselves in the game world. I guess I should do like I'll do like my Kate accent. Here in the game world, you're gonna find in front of you like a little vault. Let's crack those bad boys open, shall we?
All right, vaulting it up.
What do you find in this little?
No, you didn't.
We did. We did. It's a tiny version of yourself.
Yes, I am. Oh my God. Oh, is that what it was?
She's got goggles.
That's what.
I asked for goggles and they put goggles. I'm so glad.
I'm so happy for you, Miracle.
My old eyes need the extra lenses.
Let me. So on the subject of
Yes.
goggles, would you mind giving just a brief rundown of what you look like?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, first, yes, okay. So yes, I'm quite short and stout. Very long, reddish gray hair. Was it too much?
No, it's fine.
Do I need to bring it down
I'm
a little?
just feeling what you're saying. Go
All
ahead.
right, gotcha, okay. Yeah, and yes, the eyes are not doing so well. I've lived quite a long time now, and I need the thick lenses to really see clearly around in my surroundings. I have my cardigan with me all the time. I tend to get chills. Oh, also, I'm allergic to shellfish. You should know that.
Okay. Yep.
Hang on, let me write that down.
Yes, it's my greatest weakness.
Let me write that down
Shellfish.
too.
Yes,
Very shellfish.
very important to know this.
Osbert, paint a visual picture of yourself for the fans at home, please.
I'm Osbert. I'm a man of Bree. I'm rather tall, 5'9", which is tall for the folk of Bree.
5'9".
And
I'm that brie, tasty.
I love Brie. It's
Tasty.
it's my family makes cheese,
I
and
feel
I'm
like
from
I've
Brie.
had dreams of men of brie. Made of brie. Delicious.
You're crackers. I have red hair and a red beard, and like I said, I grew up on a farm making cheeses, Brie and goat cheeses, and some Lancashire and some other cheeses. But what I've noticed is I found this dagger when I was out looking for one of our lost cattle. When I sleep at night, sometimes it whispers to me.
Uh-oh. That can't be good.
It tells me that something dark is coming, and maybe that my stories that my old grand told me are gonna come true.
Perhaps tonight they will. Bemis!
I am the smallest of my group. Behemoth, they call me. I'm like a bear, but I'm small. And I have an axe.
Yes, you do. A member of the dwarven folk, are you not?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Short and stout, but large-hearted.
Do you have a beard?
Of course I do.
Of course you do. Of course you do. What kind of a question was that? And this axe, can you describe it for me? What kind of axe?
It's a small axe.
What do you use it for?
I travel from town to town as a wanderer. And I listen to stories of the folk of where I wander. And for their stories, I give them seeds for food and an axe to build them housing
Nice.
for their stories.
I love that. So you have then a great collection of stories,
Yes, I do.
ranging far and wide.
Yes, I am.
Bronwyn, obviously I know what you look like, but for those of you who may not know, describe yourself.
Well, I'm like I look like this kinda, but like a lot taller. Probably like a 5'7", something like that. Pretty tall. I like a cloak, standard, just for the forest. And I've got a bow, and obviously some arrows. A familiar, small cat, I think. And yeah, I love a top bun. Big top bun person, and I'm pretty good with daggers and short swords and arms, and I know a bit of magic, and once in a while, yeah, it's pretty good.
Does your cat have a name?
Yes, yes, my cat does have a name.
I don't want to know it.
Well, it's this cat. Right, you're talking about this one, right? Now this cat is called
Shamayz.
Yeah, Shmayz. Yeah. And just so you know, regular cat size.
Regular cat size.
Average cat size.
Average. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, thank you.
No, thank you. Ghost, describe yourself. Physically, Sorry, we're not going too philosophical just yet.
He likes long walks on the beach. Pina coladas at midnight.
It is in the nature of the Dunedain to not talk about themselves. But if you must.
I must.
We are a tall people, often described as fair, but we are all not fair. The line of Isildur, that is known. We are not all of the line of Isildur. Our line came from those that went to the land of gods and did not return. But we were not all there.
Beautiful.
I carry the legacy of the words of history so that others may not repeat the folly of those before them.
No pressure. What a burden you carry, Ghost.
I must understand the meaning of schmaze.
Oh yeah, crack open those eggs too. Those are your dice. By the
Oh,
way,
I'm so
right?
hungry.
These all have gorgeous dice. Get those ready. We'll surely get roll.
Oh, okay, that's how it goes.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, a little bit.
Well, we start out at the Inn of the Prancing Pony in Bree. I'm very excited. That's a super familiar setting. All of the people at this table are Lord of the Rings experts, but even if all you've seen is just the Fellowship of the Ring, you know the Inn of the Prancing Pony. I'm excited to see where they've all come from, what they know about the world that they're getting themselves into, whether the Inn of the Prancing Pony is the biggest building they've ever seen in their lives, like those kinds of things.
At the Inn of the Prancing Pony, there are a number of places to sit, but so many of these tables are filled with people. It is a usually ruckus night. The music is loud, the drinks are getting spilled on the floor. It's more usual for, of course, a man of Bree to be seen here, and even the Shire folk often come by. Dwarves, as I will get to you, Sala. Dwarves, less common, but obviously quite welcome. Elves, always a friend of the men of Bree. Rangers, and they sometimes, in the previous age, were considered ill-favored, that they carried with them a pall of danger and bad luck. But in this time, the men of Bree are more open, and a ranger is welcomed, so long as you have coin. The Inn of the Prancing Pony has wares and a drink for you to spend it on. And you are all directed to a very particular table, a large table set for 6. And in the far corner with the flickering torches adjacent to both of them, you find your way to that table. Which of you arrives first?
It's a short walk for me.
That's true. You just roll over there.
And I'm an on-time kind of hobbit.
Very punctual. Perhaps
Yes.
you both arrive at this table at the same time.
Lovely to meet you.
And who are you?
Hello, Marigold Grub. We'll do it this way.
Yes.
Marigold Grub. Pleasure to meet you. I enjoy your boots.
Oh, they're very nice. I just polished them yesterday.
Excellent boots.
I'm Osbert Appledore.
Oh, is that an unordinary name?
Yes.
It is.
It is. It's very ordinary. It was listed as one of the names of the men of Bree, and I picked it out.
Oh, wonderful. Mine is also ordinary.
It was listed in the names of the men of Bree in the great tomes of the men of Bree, Volume 7, not the source book of this game, Luke. Then after that, who's next? Who arrives and meets this merry group? Square off, you three.
When I'm outside, I'm just finishing my pipe.
Oh yes, the stench of pipeweed is thick. This isn't a no smoking zone. Oh, yeah. You can bring that pipeweed all up in here.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then I'll come on in then.
You see. you see a large crowd of pipe-wielding men just cruising on in there, and it's like a good skunky smell.
And lady hobbits.
And lady hobbits.
I've got a long one.
Oh, nice.
I can use it as a cane and a pipe at the same time.
The same time?
I'm very versatile.
Magnificent.
Yeah. Well, hi guys, how you doing? My name's Bronwyn. You mind if I sit here?
Join us.
Okay. Here I am.
And what's your kitty's name?
Oh, that's just.
It's a very personal question. Oh, it's good.
Yeah, that's very very forward, but schmace.
Schmaze.
Yeah,
Is that an ordinary thing?
For me, for my family, my gran.
Did you all get letters? I got a letter.
Oh. Did I get that? Did I read it?
Yeah, you got it. You
Okay.
got the letter.
Oh, yeah, I did. It's nice.
It says
the penmanship is beautiful.
The penmanship is beautiful, and as the last two party members finally agree to join us, which I will allow you to have an entrance. So, which of you wants to come in first?
I'm always wary from afar.
Oh, are you already here? You're watching the table?
Yes, I am.
I like that. I like that. So there is a actually, Sala.
There's a creepy dwarf over there looking at us.
I noticed.
Sala, let me get from you a stealth check. So you're gonna look.
I'm Osbert.
Oh, now they're
I'm
already
Bree.
reading.
You're gonna. Is it?
You have big hands for a little feller.
All right. So I guess
Yes, I am.
you failed your stealth check. Osbert found you immediately.
Well, that doesn't work.
Can't pull the wool over my eyes.
Incredible passive perception on Osbert.
Damn it.
What about you, Ghost?
I have been watching this place from the outside for 2 days.
Jesus Christ. That's what I was doing.
I have been making notes, and it is interesting that there's a person walking on a pipe. A person with a cat. A dwarf. And a man with a large round of cheese for no particular reason.
Do you join this party?
It is time.
It is time. All right.
I am Augusta Althea. In the name of the common folk, you may call me Ghost.
Hi, Ghost.
Hello. I like your work in Modern Warfare. Thank you.
Where's she from?
Around, you know. Just going around.
She's unspeakably beautiful and mysterious.
Sorry.
So all of you have received the same note, and this eventually comes out in conversation. We're going to skip to that. You have all of this just a very brief note written in a beautiful calligraphic hand. Please, the fate of Middle Earth depends on our meeting. Be at the Inn of the Prancing Pony, date, time, table, signed, BB. Yeah, write that down.
BB.
BB, very important. And as you all sit and start to break this ice, questioning why were we chosen for this task?
I knew why.
You do.
I know why.
That's amazing because I haven't told you.
My dagger's been whispering to me something's coming.
Of course.
You hear whispers from your dagger.
Don't tell anyone.
You just told us.
Well, but if you tell anyone here from Bree, they'll think that I've lost my senses.
Yeah, right. I'll
Do you talk to your cheese?
No.
No,
That would be crazy.
ridiculous.
Who talks to that cheese? But I'm telling you, something is wrong. I always knew that I would play a role, that I was special.
What does it mean? What does it all mean?
I'm not sure, but I think that I'm here to tell you that something is going to happen.
Okay.
But I know you're beautiful and
Come on.
an elf. So you must know, like, everything.
Listen, just because someone's attractive and charming and all that, doesn't mean they know all the answers, see? So, I appreciate it, though. I've no clue.
Would you like some cheese?
Yes, I would.
You cut the cheese with the whispering dagger.
I feel suddenly in this moment that I'm overdressed for this. So, as you all cut the cheese and exchange these conversational bon mots, there's a fuss at the entrance, a fuss of a whispering, and 3 figures enter the Inn of the Prancing Pony. 2 quite tall figures. Their hoods are thrown back, and they are beautiful, hunky elves of the Lothlorien variety. Beautiful, ageless creatures. And the 3rd figure, with its hood still up, is being absolutely bodily carried by these 2, not in a forceful way, but in a helpful way, as though assisting someone who is having trouble walking. And as this draws your attention, the elves find your table, and one of them leans down to speak to this small figure. And they make their way to the table. There is a 6th place setting, and the tiny, slow-moving body of the cloaked figure sits down in that 6th chair and says, what a long journey it has been. And he throws back his cloak, and you find the face of an antiquely old hobbit. Very, very, very old. And the 2 elves with him are sort of like standing as though they are his bodyguards on either side.
BB?
Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. I ran out of room. But I would have signed my entire name, of course, which is Bilbo Baggins of the Shire.
Fantastic!
Hey. And he is just so damn old. It's incredible that he made it. His skin is transparent and you can see the veins, but his eyes are bright and sparkling. There's still so much vigor in this old hobbit's body. I see you've all made it.
Oh, we heard so many stories about you back in the Shire. It's an honor.
Oh, good. I'm sure many of them are exaggerated. One of the elves is like, they're not.
I knew it. Oh, you have to tell me all about adventuring. I wanted to do it my whole life. I've got a bit of a late start here.
Oh, a late start is never a problem, dear. But I believe what I have to tell you may answer those questions on their own. And he takes a break. I'm just so old, you see. I had made such a peace in the Undying Lands. I was there. It is a beautiful heaven, but much like you, young Marigold.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, much like you, I found myself desiring, craving, being drawn back to the lands of Middle-earth. And I feel there is something else, something I need to find. Ghost, let me have you roll an insight check, please. Twelve, okay. So it's just for a fleeting moment, just a brief moment, but you see on this ancient hobbit's face the flash of something that's not quite him. It's there and it's gone. It's there and gone. No one else sees it, but you do.
So the stories are true.
I suppose. Many of them, perhaps.
You have touched the darkness.
Touch the what now?
You are a lord of the Fellowship. I speak out of place, but why do you require our presence?
Oh, yes, I was getting to that. Thank you. You have all done magnificent work in your lives, in your own special ways. And word of you has reached me, even in the Undying Lands. I keep on top of things pretty well. I like to read little biographies of people that just sort of live in Middle-earth, you know? And I like your stories so much. I love the stories, Bearmas, that you have been collecting in exchange for seeds.
Yes.
You have the very soul of a hobbit. You should be so proud. I have this draw, and I want to get there on my own, but I have a certain situation.
One of the elves is like, he's far too old for this journey. He made it this far by being dragged hand and foot. Now, stop it! I walked part of it. You walked in the inn. We have carried you the rest of the way. He said, and Bilbo says, I want so badly to get to Rivendell, but I am not going to be able to make it on my own, and I need to know. There is something there that is calling to me, and I have to know what it is, but I can't make it there myself. Would you do the journey for me and then come back and tell me what's going on?
What sort of calling is it to?
Give me another insight check.
7.
A normal kind.
No, he said, sorry.
He says, I just sometimes feel like I haven't quite ever rid myself of the desire to be a treasure hunter or a burglar, I suppose some people might have called me.
Now you're talking my language.
Yes.
Yes.
A kindred spirit.
I don't know what's wrong with me. My whole life, I just want to take things.
Oh, yes.
It's a big problem.
Did you steal that pipe?
Yes.
Oh, I would have too.
Of course, it's gorgeous,
It's
right?
beautiful.
You can't leave that behind.
Yeah, so it's probably why it's so large, because it's a larger person's pipe.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
I just know that there's something for the taking. Now that Rivendell has almost no one there, what need have they for treasures?
Oh, I'm in. Let's go. We can carry you on our backs. You want to come? No?
No, he's not allowed, and do not steal anything from Rivendell, says one of the elves.
What? I thought that was the whole point.
No.
No?
What dear Uncle Bilbo has been on about is that there is something being created in Rivendell, and he has heard wind of it, and he wants news of it, but do not steal from the elves. Are we clear?
I lean into Bilbo and go, I make no promises. Sure. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, sounds nice.
Now, Rivendell is quite the journey, and it's several days to the east of Bree, but you can't miss it. You just go straight, and it'll be there. And it's large,
and the elves are just shaking their heads. They're like, if you require, I think they lean over to you, Ghost. and
I've
they
been
say,
there before.
Very good, thank you, excellent.
I can't wait to go home and tell my mom. I knew that I was gonna do something special. I knew it. Bilbo Baggins himself. I'll get a fresh wheeled cheese.
This is amazing.
Well, it appears you have your axe, good friend, but I
We all
take it
have the
metaphorically.
So
I unfortunately don't have any
mode of transportation, so you need to go on foot, but it is quite a nice journey. I would say the one place I would not venture into as you're heading that way, there's a forest, it's called the Trollshaws. Bad news, I remember there's this great troll fight. I would love to tell you about it sometime.
You better live till I get back.
No promises.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's other than that, the journey should be quite easy, I think.
Sire Baggins, it will be my pleasure.
Thank you.
Right, I just want to stop by and get an extra pair of socks. You always need an extra pair of socks.
I'm afraid there's no time for socks.
Oh no!
There's no time for socks, but I do happen to have a pair right here in my pocket.
That's a little phrase from the movie.
we-
So he reaches in and gives you quite a
Now we know
good
what it has in its pockets is-
70% acrylic, 30%
Polyester,
recycled
yeah, for
polyester
sure.
fiber socks.
Excellent.
Yes. Yeah. Very warm.
Yeah.
Vegan.
These are they're vegan, and you can put them right in the washboard.
Yeah. No, you can't ruin those.
No.
Okay.
And then he gets to his feet so shaky, and he says, "I think I'd quite like a nap."
And his elven companions lift him up by his elbows and take him upstairs, and he calls over his shoulder.
Don't go into the Trollshaws, and just keep heading east, and you'll find Rivendell, and tell Elrond's not there, no. But if he is there, you tell him I said hello, and you give him a little kiss on the cheek.
Oh! Why?
And he is hustled away upstairs into the Prancing Pony's guest rooms, the finest suites for the VIPs.
Oh.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, sorry.
When should we go? I guess.
I'll just pop off and get a wheel of cheese for my mom and let her know that I'm leaving and we can go.
Yeah, because it's on the way, right? Yeah, let's do that. That's just what you want to go, now?
It is well we leave soon.
Great.
I am.
Right. Good, let's do that then. Yeah, soon is now, so yeah.
Bearmus is just he's done the Duolingo of the common language, and he only has a few phrases.
Yes, I am.
Very well. To the east.
To the east you head. It is a multiple day journey to the east, and you spend several days walking. You have enough basic supplies. The elves really set you up at the end of the Prancing Pony as they gave you some travel packs. You got rations and sleeping rolls, bed rolls, all the adventuring basics 101 starter set stuff.
And cheese.
And God, your mother when you told your mother that you were finally going to leave home, she burst into tears and gave you so much cheese, you had to have a whole separate backpack for it.
Cheese pack.
Thanks, Mom.
Different kinds. Oh, my grown boy is finally leaving.
From there, we're going to head to Rivendell. We're taking a path heading east from Bree, and along that road sits a very dangerous area called the Trollshaws. There is something waiting for them in those woods. There are going to be moments where the pull of the shadow is a big mechanic in this game, and that shadow pull is going to start tugging at them.
So you set off into the east. It's several days' journey, and you spend your first day and night walking, hunting, scouting, if that's something that you're interested in.
I love it.
You would love to scout?
I love it.
It's a well-trod road, but Bronwyn, you scout marvelously.
Thank you.
And on the night of your second day of travel, a full moon has risen. The lighting is wonderful. And you know that you're so close.
You're so close to Rivendell and you're just so excited. It's your first adventure. And you just want to get there, you know? Let's just drive all night, you know? Like that kind of energy. Yeah. Let's just get there.
Yeah.
So you push through, and sure enough, as you near Rivendell, there is a large, dark, menacing forest on the left side of the road, and while it being night, you've seen so many people camping up until this point along the sides of the road. As soon as you get within visual distance of this forest, there's no one who has made camp. They're avoiding it. It's too dark, it's too dangerous. This must be the troll shaws that Bilbo spoke of.
Ah. The troll what?
Shaws.
Oh, right, Shries. Sorry.
The troll shaws.
Gotcha,
Troll
shawls.
Troll
Writing it
Troll
down.
shaws.
Got it.
The troll shaws, of course you're going to avoid it. Yes. Of course. You'll veer around, you'll speed past it, won't be a problem. Of course, unless Ghost, as you lead the group, something in the troll shaws calls to you. Ghost. Ghost.
Stay on the road. Do not leave it. Do you understand?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I tell the cat, stay on the road.
Meow. Meow, okay.
May I check it out?
You have no choice but to. It is such a calling to you that you cannot resist it.
Do we notice this?
Yes, he's leading the group as the ranger, as your Dunedain ranger. He's so familiar with this trek that he's been leading you, and suddenly he stops short and then starts to veer into the troll shaws.
Whoa, hey, I think we got a warning about this place. I would turn around if I were you.
You'll be all right. Just a quick check to make sure we're not being shadowed.
You sure?
One can never be sure. That is the nature of knowledge.
Come closer.
Be wary, my friend.
Do you hear that, brother?
I think we all heard that.
Not that, but do you hear the whispers?
Ghost, listen. Closer.
Something is afoot.
Keep them safe, yes.
You hear the whispers too?
You're talking to the dagger again. I'll let you go.
Closer, ranger. Closer. Yes. Yes, you push into the forest, and you don't see anything at first, but the whispers draw you on. Closer, ranger. Closer. Before long, you find yourself at a clearing. 3 massive troll statues, and you nearly trip over the corpse of an unwary traveler at your feet. And before you have even a moment to examine it, sounds rustle from the forest behind you. Orcs are near.
This is a dark place.
Well, there's a variety of different kinds of villains in Lord of the Rings. The Uruk-hai they're a bastardization. They're monsters made incarnate by blending orcs and elf blood. Like, they are truly created monsters, and their destiny is not their own. I mean, that's really fascinating as well.
Orcs approach.
That's actually my line in the movie.
Summation. I will use the timeless art taught to me by the elves to slow down my perception of time. I know the way of orcs. Without a strong leader, they are cowardly and they will most definitely attack me from the back. This one walks with an odd rhythm, perhaps damage to his left leg. I will take advantage of this. Engage. Summation. Orcs prize strength above all else. They love strength in their culture and they prize strength in their tactics. I will use this to my advantage. Engage. They're stronger than I thought. Summation. I have paralyzed his brachial plexus. But orcs in their way always attack in packs. I should expect an attack from the back. Now, engage. Summation. That always hurts. Engage. Trachea. Without the trachea, one cannot breathe. Ever. Look out!
Well played. Well played.
You've saved me, brother. I owe you a life debt. We are brothers now.
Yes,
Let us
I
get
am.
back to the others.
Nice.
What happened?
Nothing. It was nothing.
Oh, good. Good to know. Okay.
This is a dark place. We should move.
That's what I was trying to tell you before you walked in. I don't know. Okay, all right.
Ghost, before you left the forest, after just really owning those orcs single-handedly, which was very impressive for those of you who could see it, but before you left the forest, that corpse that you came across, mangled, torn apart, you found something on that corpse, a scrap of parchment. Written on this parchment were symbols, no language that you have ever seen.
Do you recognize these in your long life?
You don't.
Some reason I can't say I do. I don't know him.
Thank
Sorry.
you, Lady Elf.
No problem. Bronwyn, whatever.
Can I determine... Bronwyn, can I
Thank
determine the origin of this language?
Go ahead and give me, there's a skill in this called Old Lore. Give me that check.
20.
So you are certainly able to tell that this script is not one that exists in any of the tongues of men, elves, hobbits, dwarves, or ents.
Have any of you seen this script before?
You haven't.
I mean, I've been around a long time, but I don't think so, no.
This was on a dead body out there. That body was torn apart. We will keep this in mind for now.
Because you also, Ghost, because you saw that scene, you, the mechanic of this is you're gonna get some shadow points, but how this works is that you have witnessed something so disturbing and disruptive that further down the shadow path you have traveled as a result of this.
It is the way of a ghost, I suppose.
That was good. Okay. Now also, Bronwyn, let me get from you, my dear, my darling, a wisdom saving throw, if you would be so kind.
The mighty 3.
It's a lucky number in some regards.
Yes, a
Some
tripod.
cultures. Yes. When you saw the writing on that scrap of paper, you felt just a flash of an uncontrollable desire to not only learn it, but write in it. And before you know it, that's gone, because obviously, how could you learn it from one piece of paper? There's not enough symbols. There's a cipher situation. You're gonna need more characters in order to learn. But just that one moment of irresistible urge. And then recover.
Well,
You'll also take a point down the shadow path, my dear.
thank you kindly. Yes. A little bit. Let's take a moment.
There is something waiting for them in those woods, and I don't know how they're going to deal with it. I have some idea, but what might start out as a pretty cheerful band of innocent adventurers, we're gonna start to play with them. We're gonna start to exert some darkness on them. So I am definitely curious about what is going to happen.
Changing kids' health through children's hospitals isn't just about helping those in critical situations. It's also about the research, preventative care, health and safety education, and other support services that help build healthier communities today and tomorrow. You can help change kids' health and change the future for all of us. Register at extra-life.org.
Traveling along the road when you notice something strange up ahead.
Is that a baby dragon? Oh my gosh, can it be melted? Wait, it's a trap, you idiots!
As you approach, the little dragon suddenly grows into an immense fire-breathing monstrosity.
Ah! Oh my god, I knew it was a trap!
Penny Dragon creates supplements for D&D, Pathfinder, and their own TTRPGs. From Mag of Holding and Tales from the Lorekeeper to source books packed with magic items and setting, books inspired by Celtic mythology, there's something for players, GMs, and dragons alike. Now, back to our heroes and their untimely demise. What do?
We fight! I run!
I hug the dragon.
You hug the dragon and it becomes your best friend forever. Unleash your dragon with Penny Dragon. Go to pennydragon.games.
Air, water, earth, fire. The elements that bind our world together are the same that break us apart. Across eras and generations, they have been the instruments of positive and negative, peace and chaos. Both balance and imbalance. No matter if you lived in the yesteryears of Avatar Roku, the age of Avatar Aang, or the days of legends yet to come.
The pursuit of balance is not for the Avatar alone. No, or even just the benders of our world. No matter if you were born to master an element, or weaponry, or technology, or perhaps the simple brewing of fine tea. No obstacle can be overcome without a journey to discover one's self. And only a fool travels alone. So walk this path together and find your balance. A great adventure awaits.
Live an immersive RPG experience with the ultimate miniature subscription. We make the minis, you tell the stories. Unlock access to a new bundle of minis every month. With the most realistic minis you've ever seen. Print, paint, play. For only $15 a month. Sign up now.
All fellowships have an origin. Every adventure starts somewhere, and every group of friends must discover their ultimate online tabletop gaming superstore. Focus on your precious time together when you begin your journeys with miniaturemarket.com. Whether you're a Lord of the Rings whiz, love board games, paint miniatures well into the night, or whatever your magic is, we've got you taken care of. Our selection dwarfs the competition, and like Legolas, our prices never miss a mark. If you don't believe me, you can check out our price matching program at miniaturemarket.com, and while you're there, bookmark us, because soon you'll be there and back again to say, Gimli more. Miniaturemarket.com is your premier tabletop gaming realtor. We have the largest selection, best service, and fun for everyone. Tell your whole village to visit. You'll be glad you all did.
Don't let the wrong sound spoil your daring adventure. Sirenscape's massive library of moods, music, and atmosphere are perfect for any harrowing ordeal. We even have that special sound for when they forget to check for traps. Epic games need epic sound. Go to Sirenscape.com and try it for free today.
Now streaming on Dust.
Oh, hi there. Time for Extra Life again? Wait, what is Extra Life? Seriously? Extra Life is a charity gaming fundraiser. We play games to raise money for local children's hospitals. Extra Lifers around the world have raised more than $100 million since 2008, and all because of people like you. So what are you waiting for? Donate to Extra Life to help kids like me.
Roll for initiative. Woo!
Yeah!
20-sided.
Fucking roll for initiative.
So you got 2, that's not good.
You wanted a
Are
fifth.
we all rolling? No, they're rolling.
Only them? Oh, no, all of you.
Oh, all? Okay,
No.
gotcha. Darn it to hell.
Oh, yes. So you're gonna, you roll a d20, you'll add your initiative. Got it? Okay, great. So, let's go ahead and start. Tell me, Bearmus, what did you get for your initiative?
4.
Oh, for the beautiful round 4. I like that. All right. All right.
Stable table.
Okay, Osbert.
18.
Osbert, ready indeed.
Yay.
Marigold.
An even round of 10.
Ooh,
Really round.
That's very round,
Very.
just like you, Marigold. Bronwyn. Bronwyn.
Yes.
Bronwyn, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. Could you tell me what your initiative roll was, darling?
Mine?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Sorry. So
you've got
9 plus 4
Exactly.
is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13.
13.
13.
Weather.
And Ghost, your initiative roll, please.
Within the timeless art, I have attained a 20.
Ooh! All right. An orc chieftain, a large creature, comes snarling out of the woods. And Osbert, Ghost, you react first.
In the timeless art, I watch it advance. I watch where it puts its weight. I watch how it uses its strength. I must know who I am traveling with. I hold my action to defend another if they need it, but if not, I let them fight.
Ooh, Ghost. All right, Osbert.
I pull out my axe. No free cheese here, orc.
Orcs notoriously cheese thieves.
And a 16.
16, that hits.
All right. I do a d10 of damage with my axe. So a total of 8 points of damage.
Whoa, okay. Whew. Okay, great. That sounds good.
I do catalog this one's war cry. No free cheese here.
Bronwyn, you're next. Roll me your d20 and add your attack bonus.
Right, okay. That's all
Just
right.
throw those anywhere.
That's right.
That's good.
12 and then, plus,
that hits.
Oh, yeah.
That will hit.
What weapon am I using?
What?
What weapon am I using?
They're all the same, aren't they?
I guess they all are the same, yeah, that's right.
It's all the same, they're
12,
all
13,
6.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Uh-huh, yeah, that hits.
Oh, great. It's so good. Great. Let's write that hits.
Wait, now give me your damage roll. Which weapon were you using?
Am I 10? Am I doing a 10?
What?
20?
Which weapon would you have liked?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'd like a 1d6 plus 4 short sword.
A short sword?
Oh, no, bow.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, let's use the bow.
Yeah, okay.
She's a lot of work.
Oh, great. That's a 6.
So, very nice. So, leaping into action, Bronwyn, right after Osbert, did you do a thrown or you did a melee attack? So big old chunk to the side, the orc goes, and then you're immediately at the same time stringing your bow and with beautiful precision. Yes. Gorgeous. Sails directly into its chest. All right, next in the order is Marigold.
All right. I've got a couple of hatchets. I use them to chop wood.
You're terrifying.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But you know, my buddy over here is right there fighting that guy.
True.
So I think that helps me out. But I'm gonna throw one of those hatchets.
Okay. All right, and hopefully not hit Osbert.
No, not Osbert.
Yeah,
I want to
okay.
hit the, hello. Oh,
yeah.
Hello. Okay. All right, here it comes. Oh, that's gonna hopefully be pretty good. That is a 16.
That hits,
Oh,
darling.
yeah. Oh, no! Snake eyes. That is a terrible roll. That is... God damn it. Well, it is, but wait, I have the... Wait, because it is this. It'll be 4, 5.
5's good. I like 5. Round of applause for 5.
Yay!
All right.
I do make the note nearsighted.
Yeah, I know, I go... Oh my God.
It's the orc's turn now, and he turns his snarling attention to you, Osbert, and rolls a natural 1.
I got him off balance.
So it really does come naturally.
It does come.
So he's distracted, and then also as he rears his nasty little sword with a notch cut out of it, and he's saying, and he comes for. I like to think that you have done something to perhaps knock his weapon out of his hand, since you readied your action.
I turn just so the medallion on my clasp catches the moonlight
Oh, yeah. Oh,
right here.
he hates it. He hates it. Yeah.
But I stay out of the fight.
Okay. Last, but of course not least, my dear Bearmus, what would you like to do?
I stand there as ghost does. I survey the weight shift. I grab my axe, run, and throw it.
Oh, a running throw.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Almost like the Flash, but faster.
Faster than the Flash, wow.
Throws the axe.
Okay, go ahead and roll that D20 for me. Add that attack bonus.
Oh.
It's Jack. Jack die, put that back in there, roll in the box. It was a natural 1.
Oh, that's better.
That is better.
14.
Oh, that definitely hits. Go ahead and give me that 10-sided die, roll that for me. Give me your damage.
2.
Plus?
A strength or
Plus one.
Plus 1.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 3.
Okay, 3! Incredible.
It's a small axe.
Tiniest of axes. Axes of evil. Sorry. Go ahead.
This orc is pierced by arrows and
Butter axe.
has two hatchets sort of sticking out of it and is engaged by a cheese lever and sees this Dunedain sort of like as if a proud father supervising his children. And there's not an intelligent creature, but he makes the logical conclusion. He comes to that conclusion that he is outnumbered, outwitted, especially when he sees the blood of his fellow orcs on your plains. And he attempts to turn tail and run back into the forest, back into the troll shops.
Oh no, does he still have my hatchet launched?
No, they fell out.
Thank the Lord.
No, they fell out.
He can go.
Yeah.
And I'd like to take a shot at him because I've got a ranged weapon.
Yeah, you do.
I'd love to do that.
Give me 2 D20 rolls. You're gonna roll with disadvantage since he's run.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
13.
Okay.
19.
Yeah, so 13 plus 6, that'll definitely hit. Woo! Go ahead and give me your die roll for damage.
5. 9.
Are you serious?
Yes, hit 8 hit points left.
Ah!
Yes.
So describe to me how it happened.
Well, it went like this, right? It's like he's in this forest, right, and he has this battle with this very large creature. At one point he turns around, he's running. I'm thinking to myself, I'd like to get that arrow back. You know, it's an expensive whatever, or just for fun. And so I decide to use my bow. So I do that, pull it back, draw it real nice, like deep breath. Keep looking at the target, forget about the weapon entirely and imagine the arrow going to that subject. Release, and as soon as I released, I knew it. I knew he'd probably at least come close to it. But I was wrong, it actually went into it. He's like, oh, no. And I was like, yeah, now I get my arrows back. It was great.
That is how it went.
It was wonderful, and I'm just really happy that. Thank you. And thank you all. Thank you. Couldn't have done it without any of you. Well, could have done it without him.
So, onward you continue, and maybe the rest of the trip to Rivendell, trading stories about your first great combat. Maybe very few of you had ever seen combat before, but this time you got away clean, and you have this great confidence about you. Perhaps this adventuring life isn't so hard after all. You get to the gates of Rivendell, Bronwyn and Ghost, give me Old Lore. We'll do Old Lore checks, please.
Okay.
Roll me a D20, add your Old Lore bonus.
Oh, I did like a fuck around roll, but I'll do it again.
No, do a real, I want a real roll.
I'm a real rock and roller. I like to pre-roll and then I write down my favorite number.
Ooh,
16.
Do you have a bonus to Old Lore?
Let me check. Where would that be?
Int. Yeah, Old Lore, there it is.
Oh, look, +3.
Nice.
Yeah, that's 17, 18. That makes 19.
19. Handsome. What about you? A 23.
But I don't let on. I listen to this one.
Okay. Bronwyn, after recalling, I would say a few versions of how you killed that orc chieftain with the arrow in the back, and the towers, the beautiful spires and waterfalls of Rivendell start to come into focus. You start to bubble over with enthusiasm about the denizens of Rivendell, who still are there. There are only 2 people, elves, still living in Rivendell, to your knowledge, and it's Elahan and Elrodir, the sons of Elrond. Elrond, of course, sailed into the west many years ago, but he left his twin sons behind in Rivendell. Good luck spelling it.
I got it right.
2 Z's.
But you know this, and you relate this to the group, and so all of you as you are incredible. That's a little montage. There's all of you as you are heading to Rivendell. You are expecting to find these 2 elven men, and not a whole lot else. But as you grow closer and closer to the gates of Rivendell, you see much more than what you thought you were going to find. There is a massive party of horses stabled just outside. Several elven grooms who are taking care of them, and what seems to be quite a lot of hustle and bustle here in Rivendell.
Is there a person nearby?
Yeah, and he's playing a very sexy saxophone, apparently. Yes, there are 2 elven grooms who are caring for the beautiful white elven coursers, the horses that are here.
In Sindarin, I approach them.
You approach them in Sindarin?
I approach them and in Sindarin. I say, excuse me, what is happening here in Rivendell, my friend?
Yes, and the elf that you speak to inclines his head, and he says, yes, Ranger of the Dunedain. We are a travel party here from Gondor. We accompany the Lady Arwen and her husband, the King of Aragorn. The King of Aragorn? The King Aragorn. I'm still getting used to it. It's only been 20 years. King Aragorn of Gondor is also here.
The king himself?
Indeed.
Thank you, my friend. I tell the others immediately.
Ooh, royalty, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Parking's gonna be impossible.
Well, can I ask a question to the grooms, to the people that you were just talking to? Yeah, have you ever heard of Elrodir?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
You speak of the sons of Elrond, yes? Yes.
Have you seen them in the town? Have they been in town then?
Well, go ahead and give me a little, just like a straight up charisma check. See how charmed this elf is.
Give her advantage.
Ooh, 6. Nice.
Yeah. What? Do you think she deserves advantage, Deb?
You said she was sexy.
Ooh,
I did not say she was sexy.
Someone said she was sexy.
7.
But it's a sultry 7.
It is. It's sultry.
And this elf, looks at you uncertainly, looks at you, Ghost, looks at the rest of the party, and then the other elf with him says, "Oh, they're going to learn sooner or later. Listen, if we're not supposed to be speaking to visitors and strangers, but the Lady Arwen's brothers have gone missing from Rivendell, and she hasn't heard from them in some time. And in a fit of concern, she demanded that we take a trip. But between you and me, and the other guy who's here, there's no way she can continue this trip. I mean, she's very, very pregnant. She's an incredibly. She's a. Yes, she was a.
Pregnant, yes.
Yes, very. Any more travel on horseback is not going to be good for her child. So she's not going anywhere.
Too much bouncing, right? Yes, that squishes. I believe you.
Too much birdseed.
No, but birdseed, no. I love it. But,
who doesn't, obviously?
You know, it's just like when you're riding on a horse, you know, it's just like it squishes the child, and so it's like kind of squishes and elongates. Keeps doing that. Sounds like that's not good.
Are you a doctor?
Yeah.
Oh, very impressive. Very impressive. I had no idea. So, as you're having this conversation, a very sweaty man approaches the group, dressed in leathers, just very good looking. Everybody in Lord of the Rings is so hot. I'm sorry. He approaches the group. He emerges as if from nowhere, behind all of you, so stealthy that even the most perceptive among you didn't hear it. He says, "I told you not to speak to strangers." And you turn, and it's a man dressed as a ranger, a common ranger.
I love rangers.
Yeah, they're great. But immediately, the two grooms snap to attention, lower their heads.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, Johannes.
Oh, jeez. What is your name, Ranger?
And he likes that. He likes that. He'll remember that. He says.
Thanks for letting us know.
Some have called me Strider over the years.
Shit.
Oh, please, no more of that. I'm sick of it. Absolutely sick of it. Please, rise. What's your business here?
We hear there's trouble. Is there something we can do to help, my lord?
You've heard about this trouble?
Yeah.
Not from anyone here. I look at the grooms.
Of course.
Don't.
Would you like some cheese?
It's a confusing presentation that you make, man of three. I would like neither your knife nor your cheese. I would know your business.
Knife nor cheese? Yeah. So he's on there like a bit of an adventure ready to find some blokes or something. We're supposed to find something here for I don't know if you've ever heard of Bilbo Baggins.
He doesn't react to that visibly, but there's maybe he does. There's a little quirk to the mouth. He says,
I reach in my bag and I go, "These are his socks."
Yes.
We can prove it.
Yes. Yeah, they look. You don't have to. They look like his socks. Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Oh, you know him?
We've crossed paths. Yes.
Okay.
Bilbo sent you, eh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, you better come inside. And he gestures broadly to one of the great council chambers that is just up a beautiful winding path with gorgeous rivers and waterfalls and everything sparkling. Even though Rivendell has been nearly abandoned for such a long time, there's still so much beauty and magic in this place that will probably stay there eternally.
This is far more posh than Bree.
I know. I feel a little underdressed. You should have worn my good glasses.
There's time to put the socks on if you'd like.
I will put them on. I'll put them on over my socks.
Good, very Very good.
And really roll them all the way up to the knees like the kids wear them. You know, thigh highs, I think they call them.
Bilbo and his thigh highs.
Yes. We've all heard the stories.
Now we know they're true. So the Strider gestures you up the path, and falls in step next to you, Ghost, and seems to, I don't know, maybe just be comfortable next to you. I don't think that he has anything necessarily to say, but being with another ranger from the north, another Dunedain, seems to bring him comfort.
Do you find the role of leadership akin to the role of ranging?
In truth, I think I miss the ranging. Leadership is a little stagnant for my tastes, but luckily we were able to sneak out, to be honest. And he hesitates for a moment, but he starts to confide. He says, I've grown concerned about what has transpired here in Rivendell, but I'll show you. And he continues to lead you up this path. And when you get to this round, beautiful council chamber with large pillars and filigree on the roof, you see the silhouette, the back of an elven woman who is gazing out, sort of in a nostalgic way, out of one of the windows, her hands on the ledge. And when she hears your approach, she turns and you see she is really pregnant, very, very pregnant. And she turns and she's startled to see so many. And she says something in Elvish to Aragorn, and he waves her off and tells her it's okay. And she says, "Why have you come?"
I bow.
Is it?
I bow.
Are you?
I'll copy.
Yeah. Oh, this is. Please, no, God. Thank you very much. But no, do you have news of my brothers?
We've
Do you know where
only
they've
just
gone?
heard of it. I'm sorry.
There's.
Yeah, we've only just heard of it. Sorry for your temporary loss.
If you don't. Thank you. That gives me hope. Thank you. If you are not here for my brothers, then I don't understand, but perhaps you were sent for a reason. I would love to have your help. As you can see, I am unfit for travel at the moment. And I know that the search for my brothers must go on, but I can't do it. And Strider comes up and he puts his arm around her and he says, I won't leave your side. And they have a cute little moment together. But she says, make yourselves at home as long as you need to stay. And if you find anything out of place in Rivendell, please let me know. I can't find anything to let me know where my brothers have gone.
Where were they last seen?
As far as I know, here they were keeping in touch with me, and we were writing, and suddenly their letters just stopped.
Speaking of writing, have you ever seen this language?
Before you can show it to Arwen, Strider grabs your hand, gently but firmly, and he says, "The Lady Arwen is tired. Darling, why don't you retire and we'll continue the conversation?" And she says, "Yes, I suppose that would be best. I just wish I could get back on that damned horse." and she touches Strider's arm and she walks up a ramp and out of sight. His hand is still on your arm, and he says, "She has not seen the writing, but I have. Come with me." And he takes you further into Rivendell. into the up beautiful spiral ramps and stairs into what is clearly the home of the lords of the town, where once perhaps Elrond slept, but now his two sons stay. And on the writing desk, this beautiful, ornate, gilded writing desk, are papers scattered everywhere. And Aragorn gestures and he says, "We have this writing here. The very same script, and I cannot make head nor tail of it."
Can I take a look?
You please be my guest.
Yeah, 'cause I just had this weird feeling like when I used a bow and arrow to there was an orc who was running away, and in that moment, somewhere in the battle, it was really nice because the arc. Anyways,
No, go on.
Oh yeah, well the arc was really nice.
I'm kidding.
You know how? Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, I just feel a connection to these symbols.
And there's a realization that dawns on Aragorn's face when you say that, and he says, "You," and he points to you, Bermus. Does this writing?
We're out.
You. And you, Ghost. Come closer. The rest of you stay behind. I don't know if it's safe.
Oh my goodness.
But he asks you to approach and take a look at this writing.
Do?
It does not look familiar. I've traveled these lands and heard stories from many, but this I have not seen.
Nor I.
Who do these belong to?
This could only be the writing of Elahon and Elrodir.
But this is not Sindarin.
No, it is not.
Where are they?
That I don't know. There is only one place that makes sense to me that they would have gone, where all the elves are going. And that's to the Grey Havens, to sail to Valinor. But I don't think they would have gone without telling Arwen.
I step forward. I'm pretty good at puzzles. I do the cryptex every morning in the papers. If there's enough of a sample here, could I give it a shot?
You're more than welcome, stout halfling. Please be my guest.
Cool.
Riddle, maybe?
Let's do it.
Let's
yeah,
do it.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a riddle check, please.
Riddle me this.
That's dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Oh,
okay.
D20.
Yeah. You can pick out a few words. You find you're decoding this. Like
The glasses are like this close to the paper.
Yeah, and it's impressive. And you get the odd letter. You're like, oh, there's the doubles thing. When there's the double letters, then you know it's something.
Yeah.
But it appears to be translating into a language that you don't natively speak.
Cool.
Yeah. But you feel like you're getting something. Okay. Yeah.
Can you use the time to just investigate the rest of the room to see if there's any clues?
Yeah.
Nice.
For sure. Yeah. Give me an investigation check, please.
Yeah, no. I got like a 5.
Yeah. You can't find any cheese. It doesn't make sense, but the only place they could be is the Grey Havens, which is it's too long a journey for Arwen to make. She can't do it. And I can't leave her side.
I'll put a hand on his, hip. And just say, it's okay. You're expecting. It's a very trying time. You stay and relax. I think I speak for the group when we say, we're excited to go for you. It would be our honor.
And he looks way down at you,
Hello.
little tiny guy. And he says, I have known many hobbits, and one thing you all share is your bravery. Thank you.
Tolkien created hobbits to represent kind of the common folk of England, the people in the small towns. But I think we all kind of see ourselves in a hobbit.
Well, hobbits feel like they're the humanity of the story. I mean, there's humanity in all of the characters represented in Middle-earth, but it feels like Tolkien really imbued them with the sort of purest form of humanity. The Shire is relatively perfect, it's idyllic, it's all that matters to them is good food and good ale and looking after your crops and your animals, you know, fellowship and friendship, the bare essence of what it means to be alive and enjoying those pure things.
There's that, I think, the simplicity of a hobbit, but also the resilience of a hobbit. The idea that you can be such a simple creature, but secretly you are one of the best candidates to resist great evil in the world and to do great things that you may not have known that you were capable of. I think that is why hobbits are just so damn endearing.
You know, there's just something that is so admirable about the pure of heart, and it's ultimately what makes Frodo and Sam and Merry and Pippin adept at being able to withstand the darkness that they encounter later. That hobbits are more fortified against the darkness because of the purity of their own heart, you know.
Please rest, please stay the night. Leave fresh in the morning. You're tired. We have food and we have comfortable beds, and in the morning, perhaps things will look more promising.
All right, just so as you know, I did a little midwifery back in the day. If you need a person, I'm just saying. Strong hands.
My lady wife prefers no one to midwife for her.
Oh.
She's a tough old broad.
Oh, that's dangerous, but all right. Yes. I mean, dangerous for you, old broad, I don't know. We'll keep that between us.
No, she likes it. So he shows you two very comfortable chambers for you to spend the night. And all of your rooms are adjacent to each other, sort of circular, so it's kind of a big slumber party vibe, honestly. So it's, you know, what you doing? You asleep yet? That kind of thing, that could definitely go on. But before you turn in for the night, Arwen returns to your sides. She's in this circular area where each bed is the foot of the bed is sort of facing the middle. Perhaps it's a bedroom for an elven family that has many children, and the circular part that in the middle is for parents to get their attention, kind of a thing. And she stands in the middle, and she has her hands on her stomach, and she looks down and she looks at all of you, and she said, "I regret so much that I can't come with you, but perhaps there is something that I can do. There is a song that I've been taught. I've been singing to protect my family for many years, hundreds of years. My father and my mother sang it to me, and my grandmother sang it to them. And perhaps it can serve you. It's protected my family for generations. And perhaps now on your journey, it might protect you." Long past and far away, the Ainur joined in song. One voice among the choir was dissonant and wrong. Oh, shadow fool. Oh, shadow fool. Three themes they harmonized as Melkor's discord grew. Thence shook the timeless halls, peaceful hither shadow fall. Okay. So with that, all of you are lulled into a peaceful slumber of lots of rest and relaxation, and some of you rest better than others. And when you rise and you make your way back down to the entrance of Rivendell to head out, Strider is there holding the reins of 4 beautiful elven horses, white with dapples on the butt, the good stuff, shaking their heads. They're clearly of a bloodline prized by the elves for their beauty, their speed. And Aragorn says to you, these horses no longer have riders, and you have need of horses. The Grey Havens are a very long journey ahead of you. And I've brought these, but for you, you're too small to ride one of these beasts.
I know.
And I've tried.
I can handle a lot.
But
yes.
And he has a special little grin for you.
Oh.
He says, but, and one of those elven grooms that you met earlier comes out holding the reins of a very stout, hairy little pony. And
it's my little pony? What?
And Strider says, and he's petting the horse's head affectionately, and he says, this pony's name is Bill, and I think that he will take excellent care of you. He's lived a long time, prolonged by elven magic, but he'll make it the rest of this trip.
Oh.
And Bill looks a little worse for wear, but the spirit in those eyes.
So do I. I feel an instant kinship to Bill.
And all of you now have these gorgeous elven horses to make, and one of you has a beautiful elven pony to make the remainder of your journey to the Grey Havens. Be swift, be safe, don't stop.
I have a question. Should we stop like sometimes? Should we sometimes stop just like for a break?
Yes, no, you're right. It sounded good when I said it, but it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? No, you're going to need to stop sometimes. Let me revise.
Okay, sorry.
Ride swift. Stop sometimes. Thank you. That's more realistic.
I'm just thankful because this extra pack of cheese was getting really heavy. My shoulders were hurting, so now I get to put it on.
You do, yes.
Gosh, it's too much weight. Well, I'm excited to, get going. And, we know the general direction, right? And, so is this like a secondary quest? It's like we on 2 quests as part of the same original one. Just wondering.
It's the same one, because Bilbo sent us here to figure out what's going on. Right. This is what's going on.
Okay, yeah, just was checking, you never know, maybe there's something else going on, too. But that makes sense. Thank you.
Apart from the cheese, is there any food?
Oh, of course. There's lembas bread for all, if you've a stomach for it. Do you have a preference? We have regular and garlic.
Garlic or balls?
Garlic, yes.
The only thing what makes lembas bread better is cheese.
Not cheese. Ghost.
You ask the question. You reap the reward. And he cuts the cheese.
Again.
Cheese makes you do that.
Is there anything else you need before you set out?
Maybe some mead.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm sure I could find some.
I've got a need for me. Give it to me, baby. Sorry. That's what it says on something.
There's this moment when you say that to the king of the world. When he thinks, no one really talks to me like that anymore. Is it because I'm married, or is it because I'm a king of the world? Man, no one calls me that. He says, whatever supplies you need, we'll. Are you all set on pipeweed?
Oh yeah, pipeweeds. Yeah, I could use a bit more. At least some seeds. I don't think there'd be enough time to grow it, but yeah, just maybe more to.
I've got your seeds.
Thank you. That's right. Sorry.
He tops you all off on pipeweed. You're packed up. You're packed up.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not a mechanic in this game. But
No, but it should be.
It probably should be. Yeah.
Is there anything we should know going that direction?
No, only that I cannot predict what awaits you there.
It will be done. I get on the horse.
I'm on my pony.
And I get on as well.
On your horse or on someone else's?
Well, at first I go on someone else's horse, and I'm just like, just joking, I know my horse. And then I get off and I go, just to like start it out nice.
Ride.
And he whispers something. He still has the reins of all four of these horses, and you've got Bill's nose sort of pointed in the same direction, and he says something in Sindarin, to these horses, and they go, and it's like they're stomping, they're ready to go. He has given them, he has put the flight in them.
Supercharged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nitrous.
Nitrous, yeah.
You asked for speed.
So look at those horseshoes. Great grip. Nice fatter design.
Mm-hmm.
Haunches are more haunchy.
Yeah.
We ride.
Thank you.
Autobots.
Let us ride.
I don't want to alarm anyone, but I think something bad is going to happen. I dreamt last night. I kept my dagger under my pillow, and it showed me visions. There's danger. It's coming.
You're a trip, man.
That's the second time you said that.
When he says that, I get out my huge pipe and I lean back. I put my feet up on Bill's head and kind of lean back in my saddle, and I start to smoke my pipe as we travel.
He is very used to that posture.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's
He's
not a
into
problem. Yeah. He's steady as though there's no like canter to him whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like being on a boat.
Oh yeah.
He's like
some of the secondhand pipe weed is floating around there too.
Yeah, he feels good about it.
Oh yeah.
So Marigold and Bill are getting
chilling.
stoned. What else is going on?
I want to ignore his words, but I listen. I scout ahead and keep an eye out for problems.
Okay, that's wise. In the interest of time, you find none. You make your way. It's a very, very long journey. It's where there's Bree, there's Rivendell off to the east, and then there's Grey Havens all the way back here. So thank goodness for the horses, because it is quite a journey.
In the Grey Havens, there are the famous ships that elves and elf friends take to go into the Undying Lands in Valinor. We're going to meet some unexpected denizens of the Grey Havens. I honestly don't know how that's going to go. There's moments of shadow, the pulling at them. They're going to have to make a choice. I'm excited to see what they decide to do.
You make excellent time, and the feet of these horses are absolutely spirited with elven magic. They carry you fast and comfortably, and there's no squishing of any kind. Yeah.
There's no like elongating, squishing.
No.
Okay.
None. Yeah. It's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe she could have came in after all.
No, it would have squished her.
Okay, right. Got you.
So, you make your way to the Grey Havens. Quite a place. The Grey Havens are the majority of their function used to be a shipyard for building these gorgeous elven vessels to carry both elves and elf friends from Middle-earth off to Valinor, the Undying Lands, where they would live out the rest of their days in peace and happiness and beauty. And because so many of the elves have gone, this town is more or less deserted when you arrive. You hear the creaking of ships, and you smell the sea. And there's even some ships that sort of bob in the water, having never been used, or at least not yet. And as you walk through this town at first, you don't see much. You certainly don't see two twin elven boys, sons of Elrond. But I'd like you all to make give me an explore check from everyone. Roll that d20, add your explore bonus.
18.
17.
13.
Let's explore.
Between deception and hunting.
Got ya. That's 12.
Okay.
15.
Nice, beautiful. The stones of the streets of the Grey Havens ring with the hoof beats of each of your mounts and echo back to you. It's just there's so little to catch it. There's so little. But all of you hear the same sound, which is the deep intonation of what seems like a male voice. Very, very deep.
I've never really thought about the villains, but it is really interesting. Man is a villain in Lord of the Rings, because man shows weakness. And then you've got Gollum, who is also both a hero and a villain. He's not just a ghoul. He formerly was a hobbit. And then you've obviously got Sauron, which is sort of the history of Sauron is actually that he's a fallen angel, essentially. The sort of duality of that, I think, is really interesting. All of the villains, if you really start to break them apart, they're all three-dimensional characters that have this, they're not just evil incarnate. There's richness and detail to what makes them who they are.
As you round the corner into the Grey Havens, down the street, following this sound, you see a group, a large group of people with great grace and elegance. Pacing amongst this group is a figure in a red robe, a long trailing red robe. This figure, though perhaps none of you know it yet, is the Red Scribe. It approaches. This Red Scribe moves through this town, surrounded by others wearing red hoods and cloaks. And they are not afraid of you. They see you. They look at you, and he seems nonplussed by your arrival, perhaps even pleased by it. He continues walking, examining the work of the other red-hooded figures, all of whom are bent over a task, their hunched backs hiding their work. They sit. They sit in the streets. They press up against walls, all of them with parchment and pen, scribbling furiously, writing as fast as they can.
I look over his shoulder. I must know what they are writing.
You see what they are writing is the same script of the traveler that you found disemboweled by orcs of the notes found in Rivendell on the writing desks.
I take the script that I have and I show it to the one writing in front of me.
Yeah. That figure looks up at your writing and seems pleased by it. Goes back to their own task of writing page after page after page.
I don't suppose you're going to talk.
Does the handwriting on the notes they're writing match what we have? And does it match the notes back at Rivendell?
Why don't you give me an investigation check?
I would
See if
love
you
to
can
do
match
that.
And you and your codex.
That's pretty damn good. 23.
Whew, yeah.
Come on.
Give me something.
The daily puzzle, everybody. All right.
You are excellent at pattern recognition. Like you're able to. You almost as though perhaps you feel like this is maybe a game.
Yeah.
You look and you're like you say, it's not that one, and you start to make your way through this crowd of people, looking at each of the handwriting, and you find the handwriting, and it belongs to, of course, a red hooded figure, but with little elven ears poking out of their hood.
Okay. I turn around and I point to it and I whisper, I say, I think this might be one of the boys that we're supposed to find.
Elehan?
No response.
Elvendir?
No response.
Frank.
I think he's in
Response.
Yeah?
I think he's in a trance.
And you've gotten his attention by saying that and by gathering these folks, but when he looks up, any of the party that have met Elrond before or are familiar with his visage, there's a resemblance. This is a noble Rivendell elf, but his eyes are glazed over and he doesn't seem to see you.
Anyone got any ideas?
Just as you say that, a bell starts to ring. A cathedral, perhaps, somewhere in town. Beautiful music chiming. The melody, perhaps, of the onset of evening in the Grey Havens, calling everyone home for meals. This gorgeous twinkling of song. And that red scribe that was walking around immediately turns his head, lightning fast, toward the music. And he gestures in its direction, and it ceases.
I don't think he likes music.
We need to find the source of that sound before we engage these red cloaks.
Yeah, that's right. Well, maybe we just leave and just go to sleep.
I'd like to see, wait, hold on. Gloria! He does not like it.
None of us like it.
No one likes that.
Borderline. Seems like I'm going to lose. No, okay.
But when you sing this horrifying song, you, this elven man that you're standing next to, who was looking at you with glass eyes, he blinks, and his eyes resolve into real eyes, human eyes, well, elven eyes, but they're the dark color of the family of Elrond, just for a moment, and he says, music. Just before he fades back into the glaze,
yeah, that's right.
And he starts to write furiously again, cranking out page after page after page.
Well, I know a lot of them.
I
Shall
kneel,
I stop?
but very quietly hum the song that she sang the night before in his ear. Just quiet, only enough for him to hear and no one else. And I
Gorgeous.
wrote the notes down as she was singing it because that's my thing.
Yes, it is kind of your thing. Let me get from you a little, just a little stealth check, because you are trying to be a little stealthy about this, right?
$15.
Okay, very nice, very nice. So you lean down and into this elf's ear, you sing. And this elf blinks again, and he looks at you and as if searching for recognition in your face. And then he picks up the song, and his voice creaks out, and he sings, "Oh, shadow foe." And next to him, another elven face perks up and looks identical to the first. And that voice starts to sing, "Oh, shadow foe."
Can we lead them from this place while singing this quiet tune away from the cloaked one?
It's the melody has been picked up. So this first elf again singing, and then from the group of red cloaked figures, another voice picks up the melody. And then, "Oh, shadow foe." More voices pick up this melody. "Oh, shadow foe. Oh, shadow foe." And these red cloaks are thrown back, and this melody continues to be picked up by voice after voice after voice. And this red scribe figure is hissing and wailing. And he is tormented by the sound of the singing, not because it's bad, but because it is antithesis of what he's trying to do. And this crowd of people slowly stands, and this scribe continues to scream, and this crowd, they're throwing down their parchment and their pens, and they're converging on this figure singing. When they crowd around him, you lose sight of him. You can't see him anymore. And then when they part, he's gone. All that's left is a pile of velvety red fabric on the ground. And when all of their cloaks are thrown back, you see that all of these figures are elves. Elves. And it stands to reason to you, these elves came here to leave for Valinor. And it was the perfect place to set a trap. They pick up this cloak, this pile of fabric, and they start to tear it to pieces. And the two elven brothers approach you, tearing this fabric off of themselves. And they say, "Where did you come from? How did you find us?"
I'm Osbert from Bree. Bilbo Baggins sent me to Rivendell.
Bilbo Baggins sent you to Rivendell. And you found us here.
Yes.
Well, then, yeah, your sister and your brother-in-law then sent us here to get you, yeah.
And I told everyone that something bad was gonna happen.
You were more right than you know.
Twice.
Twice. Well, he should have been telling you every moment, because this darkness could have swallowed the world again.
Again?
Again.
Oh no.
I know.
Who is this red scribe?
And one of the twins like can't even talk about it. He's just like, I can't with this. No. He walks off, but Elra here stays behind, and he says, this figure didn't tell us much, but what we do know is that this language that he has devised, and he's like trying not to look at it anymore, but this language is irresistible to elven kind, and there is darkness in it. There is the War of the Ring is over, but Morgoth's influence is not. And this servant sought to try to infect the world again, anew, through writing. The thing that could be spread the most easily to Valinor itself. I said he didn't say much, but I guess he did say quite a lot, actually, yes.
Yeah.
He did, now that I think about it,
Yeah,
yes.
that's a lot. That's pretty much everything.
Yeah. We couldn't, I don't know what, I cannot imagine what would have happened if we had gotten on that ship.
Yeah, I wonder what would have happened.
I'm gonna start swinging these guys around by their arms.
I think it's time for a celebratory dance. No, he is so grateful. And he reaches over to you, Bronwyn, and grasps your shoulder and says, "You resisted it. Well done. You did what I could not."
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, thank you. That's nice. That's nice of you. I ain't heard it like that before. Thank you.
Is Bronwyn flirting?
No. Maybe.
Well, it's working. And the Grey Havens, although they are relatively abandoned, with all of these elves here, so much in your gratitude, in your debt, they invite you to partake of what's left of the Grey Haven's finest dining establishment.
And I have cheese.
And you have cheese.
Charcuterie.
Yes, we have cheese from distant lands, the distant lands of Brie. Was that just a cheese joke the whole time because you were from Brie?
Yes.
Oh my God. Anyway, so they're once they shake themselves free, the merriment is uncontained. You've never seen elves party quite like this. They are so grateful. The traditional ballad of the elf. You know they're excited when they really get into it like that.
Sauron sucks.
Yeah. Oh, that's a hit. That's a top 40. Honestly, it's a banger too. Yeah.
His ears are too big. Way too mean.
They also they do you the courtesy of sending word back to Bilbo.
BB.
Via.
BB, yeah. And Bilbo makes his way to the Grey Havens to return back to Valinor.
Bilb.
He hates it when people call him that.
Sorry.
I do, while all the others are partying, do what a ranger must. I collect every single scribed note in this place and begin a collection, a new book that I must decode. This cannot be allowed to spread.
But you, though your intentions are good, Ghost, you may not realize that you are not the best keeper of this knowledge.
I am going to read this. Oh, yes. But for now, I will keep it out of the hands of the elves who it seems to affect the worst.
Marvelous.
Does Bilbo give a little speech about going and leaving the lands?
Yeah, hell yeah, sure, yeah. I'm gonna, do you want me to do that? Are you asking me to do it?
I crying when I read it when I was a kid.
Oh, he gives that same speech again and you cry again. Yeah, it's a good speech, huh? And a very, honestly, for an elf, pretty intoxicated, Elra here comes up to you guys at this party and he's like, perhaps it's too soon, but I
believe I'd like to declare you all elf friends.
I'm already an elf, so thanks. Thank you there. Nice to meet me.
You are a double elf friends.
Thank you.
Bear Misty, what was your reaction to being called elf friend?
Don't ever toss a dwarf.
Yes. It's another phrase from the phrase book.
Don't ever
You'll get
toss
there.
a dwarf.
Yes,
You'll get
one day.
Tosser.
Yes.
Tosses.
Sorry, that came out wrong.
It was the cheese.
So, you all level up to level 2, which is...
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's good.
There's nothing to be done about that tonight, but I'm sure you'll go on. When we come back tomorrow and play again, yes. But yeah, thank you, my friends.
Tabletop games are a shortcut to building trust and camaraderie. The people who have been in this hobby for a very long time are very group-minded and very interested in collaborating and creating stories together.
Storytelling tells us who we are. It tells us what we can strive to be. It tells us who we are in a way that doesn't mean we have to leave our own homes. So it exposes us to cultures that are not our own. It exposes us to way of thinking that are not our own. So vital and so important for growth and for understanding and for empathy. It's that shared experience that makes us human and connects us all, you know?
Thank you so much to The Lord of the Rings Rise to War for making this possible tonight. Thank you Spidermind, Magpie Games, My Mini Factory, Miniature Market, Elhofer Design for my gorgeous dress, McLean Deemer for the writing of our beautiful song, Discord and Fire. And oh my God, thank you Sirenscape for really setting the mood in here tonight.
Join our fellowship with eBay and Fathom Events
as we celebrate the 20th anniversary of Return of the King. And from all corners of all realms,
Adventurers unite for Extra Life.